I'm in love with Alia Bhatt's Gucci's The Tiger screening look. The overall vibe is such a balance of warmth, soft definition, freshness, and a healthy, radiant glow. And it's beautiful to see how Alia Bhatt has put this all together so effortlessly. So let's break this down for you all. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury foundation to bring that radiant glow to my skin and at the same time not changing my complexion. I'll contour just like Alia does. Using some contour on the forehead. Look at the shade that I'm using. Some on the cheek. Actually, lot of contour has been done because the look has to look polished and sculpted and neat. Some goes on the upper lip also. Since I want the coverage to be fuller, I'll be using a brush to blend this contour to my face. As a girl, I have learned so much from Alia. She has taught me so many things in life. Even though world is against you, even though you're going through a lot, world is judging you for your knowledge, for your looks, for your height and whatnot. She has just let them say whatever they want to and she's just focused on her work. She truly reigns her position in the Bollywood and she truly deserves it. To concealer, this is the concealer I'm using because it will give coverage at the same time, keep the makeup sure. Not too much, not too less. Just to even out the skin tone so that the skin tone does not look different in camera or flashes. Quickly blending it with a brush so that we have the coverage and it does not look like a layer. Not too much, not too less. And now as you can see that we have sculpted the face, we'll bring the freshness and glow back to the face using a warm yet peachy tone blusher. We'll just take a pinch, not a lot. Technique is a highlight. So we'll be using very less blusher, the brush only so that we have the coverage. We'll just be applying the blusher right above the contour and we'll be blending entire contour and blusher in together. We won't be putting it a lot closer to the apple of our cheeks. We'll just be pulling it back so that we have like a snatched and sculpted look. And before we move to her eyes, we'll do the brows first. Brows have to be defined so as to complement her sculpted look. I'm just using gentle strokes, no box making, nothing like it. I'm just keeping it very natural and polished. Just going with the flow, going with the strokes of brush just to make sure that they look absolutely natural. For the eyes, Alia has kept it really warm and subtle using wash of brown on her eyelid to keep it very casual. We won't smudge it too much. We won't shape it too much. It's just a very natural flush of warm colors onto her eyelids. Since we have to keep it defined, we won't drag it too much towards the inner corner. We'll most likely smudge it outside. Just putting the lighter tones to create a gradation. And since her crease is completely defined, we'll also define the crease. And as you can see, I've used just one single brush to strike all this off. Just placing a little darker color again for that definition to enhance. For the frosty shade, we'll be going in with a bronzer tone shimmer eyeshadow just to pop the eyes a little further, sticking to the warm tones. Lovely. And now just to pop out the inner corner, because Alia has hooded eyes, she wants this crease to accentuate, she wants her eyes to pop. The inner corner highlighting is a must. Highlighting the inner corner tad bit. Lastly, the same eyeshadow that we used for the upper lids, we'll be using on the under eyes. Tightlining the eyes is the most important because this look is all about definition, and this is definition girl. As you can see that while tightlining, I have some of the kohl smudged off on my lower lash line. This is not a blunder, this is done intended. Now we will smudge this, create a shadow underneath. This is the exact amount of kohl that we need for creating this Alia Bhatt look on our eyes right now. And last but not the least, we'll fill in the upper lid with a very thin eyeliner just to define the eyes. You got that right. This look is a straight smudged eyeshadow and eyeliner, so no wings here. And wanna know why I created it? Watch this. And now, just to settle all this up, yet keeping its skin alive, we'll be using this Hourglass loose powder to keep the makeup stay and look radiant. And before you set the face, it's important to bring some brightness back on the highlights of the face so that when the light flashes, Alia still looks super radiant and super glowy. And look how I use it. I'm just using the residue on the rest of the area. No more concealer needed. See how the brightness is back on the face. Now, final step to achieving that snatchy goddess look. While this loose powder is doing its job, we'll now move on to mascara because Alia has not put any falsies on this particular look. She has just accentuated her natural eyelashes with a perfect voluminous mascara. So in order to go for a natural voluminous lash, we'll first curl our lashes. Applying good coat of mascara. We'll apply it underneath also. Make sure that you go for a good voluminous mascara which makes your original lashes look heavy, because this is one major step to make your eyes look large, big and pop. And for the lips, she has kept a combination of warm, keeping all her warm tones to complement with, mixed with a little hint of pink. So here are two neutral shades of warm and pink. Applying it in a very natural manner. So use your hands. As you can see, she has very soft and thin lips, hence the lips are not accentuated a lot with a lipstick. So I've just mixed pink and peach tones of neutrals, just buff that in onto my lips. So that it looks very natural, as you can see here. Accentuate her lips. She has used a lip gloss. We'll be using this Fenty Beauty gloss right in the center of my lips. Just in the center, and this much is sufficient. So here is my final look. I hope I tried to match up to Alia Bhatt's aesthetic look.